Jai Hind everyone. Welcome to my YouTube channel which is Explore Yourselves, Banking and General Knowledge etc. Jai Hind. Historical events of 3rd May. The journey through time of 3rd May 2025, Saturday. Today's that is 3rd May highlight in history. 1616. Treaty of Loudun ends a French Civil War. 1715. Total solar eclipse is visible across northern Europe and northern Asia as predicted by Edmond Halley to within 4 minutes accuracy. 1791. The Constitution of May 3, the first modern constitution in Europe, is proclaimed by the Schism of Polish Lithuanian Commonwealth. 1802. Washington, D.C. is incorporated as a city after Congress abolishes the Board of Commissioners, the district's founding government. The city of Washington is given a mayor's council form of government. 1808. Peninsular War. Sweden loses the fortress of Spivorg to Russia. 1808. Peninsular War. The Madrid rebels who rose up on May 2 are executed near Pinside Pio Hill. 1815. Neapolitan War. Joachim Murat, king of Naples, is defeated by the Austrians at the Battle of Tolentino, the decisive engagement of the war. 1830. The Canterbury and Westville Railway is opened. It is the first steam-hauled passenger railway to issue season tickets and include a tunnel. 1837. The University of Athens is founded in Athens, Greece. 1848. The boar-crested Anglo-Saxon Bentigrange helmet is discovered in a barrow on the Bentigrange farm in Derbyshire. 1849. The May Uprising in Dresden begins, the last of the German revolutions of 1848 to 49. 1855. American adventurer William Walker departs from San Francisco with about 60 men to conquer Nicaragua. 1901. The Great Fire of 1901 begins in Jacksonville, Florida. 1913. Raja Harishchandra, the first full-length Indian feature film, is released, marking the beginning of the Indian film industry. 1920. A Bolshevik coup fails in the Democratic Republic of Georgia. 1921. Ireland is partitioned under British law by the Government of Ireland Act 1920, creating Northern Ireland and Southern Ireland. 1921. West Virginia becomes the first state to legislate a broad sales tax but does not implement it until a number of years later due to enforcement issues. 1928. The Jinan incident begins with the deaths of 12 Japanese civilians by Chinese forces in Jinan, China, which leads to Japanese retaliation and the deaths of over 2,000 Chinese civilians in the following days. 1939. The All India Forward Bloc is formed by Netaji Subhash Chandra Bose. 1942. World War II. Japanese naval troops invade Tulagi Island in the Solomon Islands during the first part of Operation Mo that results in the Battle of the Coral Sea between Japanese forces and forces from the United States and Australia. 1945. World War II. Sinking of the prison ships Cap Arcona, Thielbeck and Deutschland by the Royal Air Force in Lubeck Bay. 1947. New post-war Japanese constitution goes into effect. 1948. The US Supreme Court rules in Shelley v. Kramer that covenants prohibiting the sale of real estate to blacks and other minorities are legally unenforceable. 1951. London's Royal Festival Hall opens with the Festival of Britain. 1951. The United States Senate Committee on Armed Services and United States Senate Committee on Foreign Relations begin their closed-door hearings into the relief of Douglas MacArthur by US President Harry Truman. 1952. Lieutenant Colonels Joseph O. Fletcher and William P. Benedict of the United States land a plane at the North Pole. 1952. The Kentucky Derby is televised nationally for the first time on the CBS network. 1953. Two men are rescued from a semi-trailer that crashed over the side of the Pitt River Bridge before it fell into the Sacramento River. Amateur photographer Virginia Spoo photographs rescue on Pitt River Bridge, the first and only winning submission for the Pulitzer Prize for photography to have been taken by a woman. 1957. Walter O'Malley, the owner of the Brooklyn Dodgers, agrees to move the team from Brooklyn to Los Angeles. 1963. The police force in Birmingham, Alabama switches tactics and responds with violent force to stop the Birmingham campaign protesters. Images of the violent suppression are transmitted worldwide, bringing newfound attention to the civil rights movement. 1968. 85 people are killed when Braniff International Airways Flight 352 crashes near Dawson, Texas. 1971. Erich Honecker becomes first secretary of the Socialist Unity Party of Germany, remaining in power until 1989. 1978. The first unsolicited bulk commercial email, which would later become known as spam, is sent by a Digital Equipment Corporation marketing representative to every ARPANET address on the west coast of the United States. 1979. Margaret Thatcher wins the United Kingdom general election. The following day, she becomes the first female British Prime Minister. 1986. 21 people are killed and 41 are injured after a bomb explodes on Air Lanka Flight 512 at Colombo Airport in Sri Lanka. 1987. The crash by Bobby Ellison at the Talladega Superspeedway, Alabama fencing at the start-finish line would lead NASCAR to develop the restrictor plate for the following season, both at Daytona International Speedway and Talladega. 1999. The southwestern portion of Oklahoma City is devastated by an F5 tornado, killing 45 people, injuring 665, and causing $1 billion in damage. The tornado is one of 66 from the 1999 Oklahoma tornado outbreak. This tornado also produces the highest wind speed ever recorded, measured at 301 plus minus 20 mile per hour, that is 484 plus minus 32 km per hour. In meteorology, the term May 3 is synonymous with the F5 tornado. 1999. Infiltration of Pakistani soldiers on Indian side results in the Kargil War. 2000. The sport of geocaching begins with the first cache placed and the coordinates from a GPS posted on Usenet. 2001. The United States loses its seat on the UN Human Rights Commission for the first time since the commission was formed in 1947. 2006. Armavia Flight 967 crashes into the Black Sea near Sochi International Airport in Sochi, Russia, killing 113 people. 2007. The 3-year-old British girl Madeleine McCann disappears in Praia da Luz, Portugal, starting the most heavily reported missing person case in modern history. 2015. Two gunmen launched an attempted attack on an anti-Islam event in Garland, Texas, which was held in response to the Charlie Hebdo shooting. 2016, 28,000 people are evacuated from their homes in Fort McMurray, Alberta, Canada, as a wildfire rips through the community, destroying approximately 2,400 homes and buildings. 2023, 9 students and a security guard are killed in the Belgrade school shooting, the first attack of its kind in Serbia. Thank you very much for your patience. Request for like, share, and subscribe.